Hi, welcome to TB's Life. So glad you're here. So beautiful.
Yes.
And we wanted to be at one with nature, you know, which brings us into our tea time for today.
Yes.
Yes, motherhood.
Yes, how about
Motherhood.
that?
Oh man. So, oh, just the joy that comes across my face just thinking about being a mom.
Yeah.
About being a mom. Yes. So, I'm not sure if you all know, but we both are mom to
Yes.
amazing young adults.
Yes.
Okay. We can't even say children.
They are young adults.
They are
now.
young adults. They are young adults. But yeah, so me personally, I have four amazing children, two of each, and I'm a bonus mom as well. So that also brings me joy to like five other amazing kids.
Wonderful.
Yes. Yeah. So talk
Yes.
about.
Oh, and I am a mother of three. I have two grown daughters and a teenage son.
Yeah. So
Yes.
as we talk about motherhood, so as I think back on my journey, um, like being a mom was probably like one of my greatest like accomplishments to have someone call me mom and to
Yes.
love and to nurture them.
Mhm.
Having kids, and I had kids like kind of early in life, but when I look back on it, I'm like, now I have that kind of adult relationship with my kids that it took it to like a different level. It wasn't me just being their mom, like you know picking out their school clothes, giving them, telling them what they need to do, where they should go, constantly,
Right.
it's like I love giving that level of guidance, and steering them in the right direction, wherever. But it's more rewarding to see the fruits of my labor as a mom and to watch them grow and become the young men and women that they are.
Right.
And that for me is like one of a different type of joy, because like when they were younger, I felt like that I wouldn't say I was sheltering them, but I was preparing them for the world. And I just kept it real with them. I let them know like when you outside of this house, you're in a whole different ball game. The world is not as forgiving as I am.
As
Like
loving.
right, as loving. Make good choices when you're not in my presence, because what you do is a reflection of me and my guidance and things. And this always was my favorite thing that I'll always say to the girls. Grace, books before boys, and the boys I would say grades before girls. Okay, book I always would say books before boys to the girls, and grades before girls to the boys. So I guess they would think about that before they start getting themselves all caught up into different situations and stuff like that.
You have wonderful children.
Like it was like get your stuff together. You know what I mean? Do what you need to do for you. Life is going to be here. You know what I mean? Life is going to pass you by, and you want to get yourself right so that way you're ready for the world of what the world is going to bring, have to offer. Because like I was like, don't ever like rush to grow up. You know what I mean? I was like, adulting is hard.
And it's the longest part of your life.
It's the longest
you a child
part of your life. Adulting is hard. Like I'm like, don't be in the rush. Enjoy your youth. Get your life right. Do what you need to do to prepare for adulthood.
Exactly.
So yeah, but that just brings me to like watching them like be parents. Like my two oldest are parents now to amazing kiddos. Yeah. So just having that new title of Gigi like brings me so much joy, because then it's like, all right, wow, like I raised y'all, y'all did the right thing, y'all accomplished what y'all need to accomplish. Now
Mhm.
you have someone calling you mom and dad and stuff like that. So that's like a whole different joy. It gets me all warm and fuzzy and everything.
Right.
But it's like, I know like they have like Mother's Day, but it's like mothers are mothers, not just one day, not
All the
just one day,
time.
all the
Yes.
time. And like, I know I would hear like growing up how people would say, "Oh, I can't wait till you get 18 to get on your own," or even kids might say that. I
Right.
can't wait till I
I
get
turned
18 to get my.
18.
When you listen,
Like
I'm here
that
to
means
tell you
nothing. You're
that means
grown up when
you're
you
a
taking
grown
care
up.
of yourself.
Okay, when you take care of yourself,
Right.
it's like I've never pushed my kids like to get that 18. Okay, you gotta get out. You gotta do that. I never pushed
Right.
that or whatever, and it wasn't pushed on me either.
Right.
I feel like when I think I was finally on my own at like 22.
Mhm.
But at 18, I thought I was like that grown up.
Right.
I went away from home for a few months, and then it was like, now come
Mhm.
back home, whatever, because it's a real world out there once you get out there
Mhm.
and things. So, yeah. So what is like you have like amazing children. My
Yeah.
nieces are like the best or
Yeah.
whatever. So like, is your experience like with your own children like how does that look for you? Like, did you feel like they took your guidance and stuff like that?
Well, for one, I mean, it's like, just when I first found out I was a mom, I
Mhm.
mean, just being like, just afraid and being like, well, like, all right, what I'm supposed to do with it? You know what I'm saying? When I brought her home, like, all right, but Tara, my oldest, she's 23 now. She just had a way of like really just kind of letting me know, what to do. And it's like I could just, kind of tell what was going on with her by way of her cries, whether she was hungry or just wanted to be held or, needed a diaper change
Mhm.
and stuff. And but it was like just that learning, constantly learning, with her. It was like, never having, I had always did a lot of babysitting, but it's so different when you have your own, that
Mhm.
own,
Yes.
it's
Yes. Yes.
a whole different thing,
Mhm.
what I mean? And, a whole different level of responsibility
Mhm.
and everything. And I just really felt like it was like, okay, like I have to show her, like I have to be this example.
Mhm.
And just, just thinking about all of that, what I mean, it was
Mhm.
like, and and then when I had Isis, Isis is now 21,
Mhm.
and she's the watcher. I felt like she was always watching every little thing I was doing. You know how like if we out or something
Uh
at
huh.
like a like some sort of family event or something like that, and
Uh
it's like
huh.
all the children's playing. As soon as I go to have a glass of wine or something, it's like she's right there. And I'll be like, wasn't you all the way over there playing? But now as soon as I get ready to have a glass of wine or take a sip of beer or something, she right there in my face like, mommy, what's that? I used to be like, if you don't go play, But yeah, but they are awesome. And Obasi, he's 16 now and he's a straight A student.
Mhm.
He just got accepted into the Temple Summer Program,
Yes.
School of Engineering.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And so we just like looking forward to that, and but I really been like learning the whole time with them, what I mean, like as
Yeah.
Tara, being the oldest, I used to tell her like I ain't never had a 15-year-old before, you know what I'm saying, like I'm learning, I'm learning with
Learning with
you,
you.
you know what
Learning
I'm
with
saying,
you.
but
Oh man.
yeah, but they were really good, what I mean, I definitely, tried to keep them away from a lot of nonsense and
Mm.
always
Yes.
like preaching and
Mm.
teaching and
Okay.
reprogramming
Okay.
and stuff, just like all the time. And and I know like now they tell me now that they're older, they be like how some of the stuff that used to get on their nerves, but they be like, mommy, like I really appreciate the way that you brought us up, what I'm
That
saying,
part. That part.
with even with like the healthy eating stuff, because I raised them, vegan,
Yeah.
vegetarian
Yes.
and
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Now that they definitely had their times once they got older in their teenage years and they was out with their friends, they was eating chicken and steak, and I know they done tried some pork and all of that stuff. Cause they went to Korean hot pot. And it ain't nothing but pork and beef up in that place, but what I mean, but but still having like the wisdom. I just felt like I gave them a good toolkit, you know what I mean, to be able to, have good judgment and, make some wise choices.
Woo!
And
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
And,
that girl. Like,
yeah,
I
so.
resonate with that.
Right.
I resonate with
Right.
that because that was always my biggest fear when they were growing up.
Yeah.
Like, make good choices.
Make
Good choices. Like, I've done my parenting to the best of my ability. We have conversations, and I had like an open forum. Like, I know you do the same thing. Like an open forum. Like, I would rather you come to me, talk to me about something. If you have a problem, if you're interested in something that I might not be quite agree with, I'll rather you talk to me about it, because I don't want you going out in the street learning about it. Don't
get a bunch of misinformation.
Get misinformed, get yourself caught up in a bunch of stuff, whatever. Right. And it's like, and I appreciate the good Lord for giving me that guidance and wisdom to raise my children the way that they needed to be guided. And like I'm hearing you say how like you were glad that you were able to give them wisdom and they make wise choices and stuff. And as a mom, I think that like that's probably like, I know for me that was one of the biggest things. Like, am I giving you the right toolkit? You know what I mean?
You never really know.
You never really know. Like,
until they get older.
And and that's
like,
why we're having
right?
That's why we're having this conversation. Like I said, like my like. I think my experience from motherhood probably was maybe a little different because I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of experience with raising kids. Okay. Like, yeah, like, look, my mom trusted me with like 8 years old.
Yeah.
To be watching and babysitting my siblings, okay? So I had a lot of practice with kids. So when they came up, I had my own kids, it was like second nature to me. But it was like, but it was just important that I made the right choices. And how about sacrifices? Sacrifices. Oh my God. It's like a whole different thing when you become a mom. The sacrifices, like you have somebody depending on you for everything, for their life. And the sacrifices, like, woo. Yeah, like
and the fears and stuff that come in, and the guilt sometimes. I remember like times just like not even wanting to like buy things for myself because I literally feel like I'm taking food out of my children's mouths.
Exactly.
And so it's like, no, I can't spend. No, I gotta make sure they have this, and always making sure that they have, even when I didn't.
Yes. Yes. Like, understand like the sacrifices. And for me, it's like now watch them be mature grown up women, and when they say, mom, I appreciate you, like your wisdom. I just appreciate the love that you poured into me. Like how much I respect you for, just being that mom, like super mom. I knew it wasn't easy, but you were like that mom. Like, and when I say, like, it just gets me all warm and fuzzy, because like I always tease like my like Tonyo, your youngest, your nephew, my youngest. Like he be giving, like, he all macho, Mr. Big, like 23 years old, but he all like macho, like come eating to his own, like, but he's not, he's like not a man of many words, but it's like when he say something, it's like he say stuff with like meaning, like it's something that will stick with you, right? So he every time it's like my time, like birthdays or Mother's Day or something like that, he would give me like the amazing cards, and the words just be like, wow. I'll be like, where's the tissue? Like, it be just the words, like, and I'll be like, wow, you really feel like that? It's like, it's stuff that you don't like come out and say to me, but like your words be like, mom, like, thank you, like, I appreciate you, I love you. And I'm like, wow. So those are the moments for me. Like, when you can have that relationship with your kids when they're older, and they still love and respect you for all that you poured in and your sacrifice and stuff like that, and you can have an adult relationship, because when having grown children is different. It's definitely different. It's definitely different.
Yeah, because it's like, you gotta let go a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because they are adults now, and they will let you know.
They will let you know. Okay.
I'm this age, and and stuff, and like I definitely had, Isis more than Tara, because like I say, especially once Isis turned 21, and And it's just being like, what I mean, like, Mom, at this age, it's normal for me to, have a boyfriend or, stuff like that.
Crying.
Because it was certain things that I was just struggling with, what I mean?
Oh my God.
It was things, and it just be like, all right, like, Janae, let go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta,
Isn't that tough?
you gotta, you know what I mean? When it be like, knowing that you have to let go, but it still be hard because you watching, and, especially when they still living at home and stuff,
Oh, man.
Yeah,
man.
But they such wonderful girls, It was like, it's like they really got it.
Yeah.
And they know that I'm there for them, and they still always come to me, what I'm saying, with questions, and I'm literally, like, still paying phone bills. I gotta, like, get away from that. I'm trying to... I remember thinking, like, when we gonna have that conversation where I'm cutting them off? Like, no, like, pay your own phone bill.
Isn't that so funny?
I still do a lot for them.
Isn't that funny?
You know what I mean?
It's like, they're still always your kids. Like, no matter how grown he is, they is always your kids. Like, I'll be, like, cracking up, like... Them calls and them texts, mama, or pops, can you? And I'll be like, Lord. Yeah. And it's like, but it's in those cases, like, I don't mind because like I've raised them to be, like, really independent, and they hold their own. Like, they don't ask for nothing.
Right.
So if they come to us and they need something, I know they really, really need it or whatever. You know what I mean? So, like you said, but it'd be like your kids, and like, you don't want your kids to go without, even though they grown. It's not like, nope, you're adult, figure it out.
Yeah.
Like my parents was not like that with me. So it's like, okay. Like, it might have been some child, I might have been in a barn or a jam. But, like, mom and dad knew that you only asking because you need.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Other than that, you're independent and you hold your own.
Right,
so that's the way I look at it with the adult children. Like, if you're coming to me, you really need it. And it's not one of those things you be like, nah, I ain't got it. It's like, you still that mother instinct kicking, like, you can make a way.
They don't gotta want for nothing.
Like, you still make that way. Like, okay, my baby need this. Okay, even if I gotta put something to the side, okay, I'm gonna make sure you have it. You know. So isn't that weird? Like, it's like, like, motherhood does not change.
Because they don't do a bunch of begging.
They don't beg,
like
right?
They always, they've been trying to handle it.
On their own.
So I figure even me, like, paying their phone bills like that, it's like, that's just, like, little something. It'd be like, okay, like, I can do this for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I can take care of that for you.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Why they, because they are, like, they still finding their way, and like, still figuring things out. And it'd be like, if I can take any struggle off of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then I want to take it off.
Exactly. Love that. Stamp that. Yeah. So, yeah. So, but one more thing I just want to talk about motherhood. So, like, has it ever been something that you, like, your mother instinct kicking, like, you want to be like, no, like, like, no, like, you really want to, like, exercise your motherly right and say, no, all wrong, but you got to fall back because they adults. And you got to let them figure it out.
Especially with having, grown daughters and their relationships.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And seeing some of the, people, it'd be like, okay, you like him. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Woo!
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, all right, we'll wait this one out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It might last, it might not. You know what I'm saying? You know how, relationships
isn't that tough? Oh my
but it's like,
God.
I be feeling like, it's like the more that you be like, no, don't. The more they want to pursue, so it's like, you know what I mean? Just trusting that you have done good enough. You know what I mean? You have given them enough.
But isn't that hard to not want to be like, woo? Because, it's like, so hard. Like, you got to sit back and be like, Lord Jesus.
Yes,
I would have done this so different. I wish I could just say, no, don't do it. But you said you got to let them be adults. They're not your babies and not your little children anymore. They are young adults.
Yes. So and can't nobody tell us nothing.
Nobody, exactly. We was that age, like, we look at our parents trying to tell us who we could date, who we could go. Be like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to kind of be like, all right, really back.
And my girls, like, they like rave parties and stuff. And I remember at first I was like, you going to a what? No, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was feeling like, no.
Exactly.
But it was like, you know what? Like they do, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But it'd be like, okay, I'm driving you there.
Yeah.
Like I want to know where it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I will come and pick them up.
Okay.
And everything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, or make sure that they in an Uber. Like they not going to be, taking no public transportation at 2:00 in the morning or anything.
Yes.
It's like I just make sure and be like, okay, look, well here goes some extra money so you can stay safe.
There you go. Just stay safe. Just stay safe. Keep them covered and protected, when they step out their door, and pray that the good Lord lets them come back the same way they left in one piece.
Like, I know some people have said to me, they, like, okay, you spoil them. I'll be like, and I would continue to.
Okay.
Like, that's never going to change. Because I feel spoiled by the universe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always, receiving and getting what I want and always talking about, living in abundance and stuff like that. So it's like, yes, my children are living the same way.
Yeah.
So like they're going to have.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, it's all about being that support system because you never want your child to feel like that they don't have that level of support, especially from their own parent. And, and sometimes it be situations where some children don't have that. You know what I mean? So,
And things get a little tough for them sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be sometimes, where they still expect me to handle certain things for them, like, like with Isis, like getting her glasses. And I'm like, girl, like, the same way how you got, you know what I mean? Like, you know how to get back and forth to where you going.
Okay.
Same way how you got down here to go and pick that up.
Okay.
You can schedule your appointment and go and get your glasses. Mommy is not taking you.
Okay.
Mommy is not taking you to your dental appointment.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, there's boundaries and I draw a line. Okay. Be like, no, you an adult, go handle your adult stuff. Yes. And I send you off in blessings.
I know, right? It's like, it be that fine lie. It do.
Yeah.
It's like, but you have to, like, it's like kind of like a tough love moment. Like, and like you've used to getting, you're used to mommy and daddy handling stuff, but like this is the only way you're going to grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes. Like, mommy can't handle everything. Okay. You know, and that's why I say it be that fine line. You know, I had to do it with the kids. You know, like I taught them independence like real early on. Yes. You know, because that's all I knew was like how to be independent. Exactly. So I instilled that to them, be independent. Like, cause this was my whole thing.
Always pushed it.
Right. Like, cause life is not promised to me, okay? Life is not promised. Like, I could be here today, going tomorrow. Like, I don't know what's in the course for my life. And it's being your mom, like, I feel like I failed you if I leave this earth and I didn't leave you with the necessary tools to continue on.
Right, to manage your own life. Without
so, like, then I would have done you a disservice. So, that was always my important goal, was to prepare them to be ready, you know, because, like I said, I could be here going today, going tomorrow. I want to know that you. I want to know that you could be able to handle that. You could live and survive. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I do. So, and I feel like around like like as soon as they started to get up in their teenage years and stuff, you know what I mean? And then I was like doing a lot of traveling and stuff too. You know, so I definitely used to be talking to them about that. Make sure you know how to do this. Make sure you know how to do that. You know. Just certain things, stuff, trying to make sure that they have those life skills. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's like the fruits of our labor. The fruits of our labor is like we can look back and talk about it and everything. And it's like I said, I know you're not a grandmom yet, but like, I enjoy watching my children be amazing parents to their children. Yeah. I love that,
I almost feel like I'm looking forward to it. Like, I ain't rushing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do be kind of like, when is it going to happen?
That was me with Shaniqua. Oh, my God.
Because I was like, they in their 20s now.
Yeah, when she, girl, you already know, like, I'm grateful, and I feel like blessed that she waited on her time. Yeah. Even though she got married like super early, like freshman when she was in college. Like, oh, hello, I'm married. Like, what? What? That's a whole other conversation. Yeah. Okay. But it was like, I'm glad that although they made that impulsive thing to get married, that they still waited. They still waited until they were ready to start a family, So by the time when she's like going 23, 24, be like, Mom, I'm like, about time, I'm all excited. I'm like, I thought that's early, but then, like, by the time I was ready for her to be a grandmom at that point, but.
Yeah, like, I'm like, I don't want them to keep me waiting like another 15,
right,
20
years.
Yeah,
I was ready. By 24, I was like, y'all waited, y'all lived y'all life, y'all loved on each other. Y'all learned from each other because y'all was young. You know,
Mm-hmm.
y'all got married pretty young, and y'all lived your life. Y'all knew
Mm-hmm.
y'all wasn't ready to be parents. You know, so I was like, I can love and respect that. So I think it's a lot that comes from like my grounding tools because I always like I went didn't allow my kids to have boyfriends in high school. I
Right.
always, like I said, the books before boys, grades before girls,
Mm-hmm.
because they gonna always be there.
Right.
Don't let somebody steer you off your path. If you're more focused on chasing behind some young man or some young lady, like
Mm-hmm.
it throws your whole square off. You know, I was like, I
Right.
was speaking from experience from being young, falling in love, young. Oh, this is the one. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, you know, I made it through. You know, I
Yeah.
got my degrees, graduate, all that other stuff. But you know, but love could really play a big part in cause like take you
And
off that road. So
yes,
sometimes you gotta stay
it's a
focused.
huge
So and I was like
distraction.
trying to like save them from that disparity. Like
Mm-hmm.
don't get all caught up. So that's why when Shaniqua got
Yeah.
her senior year in high school, she like, oh, all right, I'm about to be 18. I could get me a boyfriend. I'm like, she took it and ran with it.
Yes, she did.
She like, I'm getting more than boyfriend. We're gonna get married.
Yes.
Like she took it and ran with it. I'm like, okay, but I was like, all right, but you waited. You graduated. You waited.
Yes,
So
yes.
what can
It's
I
like at least
say?
I got you
At
all the
least
way
I
through
got you
high
all right through high
school.
school and you graduated. Now you in college. I'm
Yes,
like, what can I say at this point?
right.
Now, okay, it's
Yes.
whatever. It's whatever.
Hmm.
But
Especially
yeah,
when there's so many, young people that are, like I said, they out in the streets and they,
yes, yes.
having
Having
children
children, yeah,
early ages, they
yes,
dropping out of
yep,
school.
yep.
You know what I mean? You can't hardly contain them and
Mhm.
stuff. You know what I mean? It was like, our children, like we made sure they were safe. They was
Yes.
at home.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They was doing what they were supposed to
Yeah.
do for the
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
part.
It's definitely a blessing. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, and look at Kiwan. He waited till he was like almost 30 to have his
Yes.
first. I was like,
He's
what
so
I mean?
wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. I
He's
love
so
him. I'm not just
wonderful.
saying it because he's my son, but
Yeah.
he's
And look, and I
he's
say that
amazing.
too. I be telling people like, oh, it ain't just because he's my nephew. Like he really is like that
Yeah,
dope.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
really is awesome.
Yeah, he's
Awesome
really,
young
really is
man.
awesome. So, but to our lovely kids that we
Yes.
raised, that has made us mommies, we just want to let you know that we love
We
you.
love
Yeah, we love
you.
you. So we
Yes.
talk about y'all a lot. So we just want to just talk about motherhood and
Yes.
what it was like for us and how it still is as
Right.
being your moms.
Yes.
Because you are amazing adults.
Yes.
But yeah, so that was our tea time for today. But until then.